the Maddening. I just did a defensive tip video on how to stop screens, slants, and drags. Just some helpful tips, and I decided I'll do some offensive tips here. And I guess the first thing I would want to start off with is that the best defense is a good offense. Because if your offense can control the ball, you can hold on to it when you want, you can take your time, you can run or pass when you want to, and you can score touchdowns instead of field goals and instead of punting, then you put the pressure on the opponent, which makes your defense better because they might make a mistake trying to force a play, which makes your defense look better than it actually is. So to have a good defense, you need a good offense. Now the first thing I like to say after that is that you need to read the defense. So you might have a money play, but if their defense is set up to stop it, then you need audibles, you need hot routes, you need to be able to change on a fly and protect your money play. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to a single back spread, and I'm going to do deep outs because this play has a route in it that you can't hot route. It's only in some formations, and it's very valuable. So I'm going to share this with you. It's deep outs, and I'm just going to do a simple dime look that you're probably going to face when you're doing this. So let's do just a cover 2 man here. Alright, this one you could obviously tell is man, could be cover 2 zone, but the people are lined up right on your receivers, and they look like a bump and run, and they have 2 safeties back. So you know it's a cover 2 man or a cover 2 zone. Another thing I'll show you, let's audible here. Let's do a cover 3 audible here. And when you do a cover 3, you notice that the corners are playing off. It doesn't necessarily mean they're playing deep, but it changes how you're going to view this. There's definitely probably not man, because I usually don't play that off. So you know it's a zone. Usually in a cover 3, that strong safety comes down a little bit and you can tell, but it's disguised pretty well because he looks like he's playing back. So it looks like a cover 4, maybe cover 2 at least. So people will do things to mix things up, such as man align, but I'm going to go back and reset the play. You got to pay attention to what's going on, and another way to find out if it's a man or zone is you got to come out with plenty of time to do your shifts, motions, and adapting to the defense. So you do something like a motion, and that is very odd. I think it's because I man align. It looks like he's zoning because he's not following the receiver, but if I base align, we can see that it's man coverage. So that's something people will do, is they will man align to make it look like something it's not. But if you come out there before they make that adjustment, you can see if it's a zone or a man. But something like in this play, I'm going to put Hopkins on a streak because I want him to take the corner out of the way. That's another thing on setting up your offense, is if you got a money play, or a money route I should say, such as this one, which when you motion him to the other side of the field, it doesn't flip, which makes it very interesting and very useful. So if you take somebody like Hopkins and you run a streak, he's going to take the corner with him. What you want to do is open out your money route, so you get a hot route to another receiver just to take the coverage away, because no one wants Hopkins deep. If they know he's a big threat, of course they're going to go with him. So you use that to open up the field. That part of the field's now going to be open. With Miller doing his slant, he's at least going to take that slot corner up to around the 20 to get him away from your money route here, which is X. So that is very good. If he's doing a button hook or a quick out, definitely would not be beneficial because it's going to be in the way and there's going to be a guy there. So I'm going to give an example of that here. those guys are going to be out of the way. And that was just a horrible throw by Brock. But you can see how all those corners, I'm going to do a zone. Just to show you that it's more effective on a zone, because you get the zone taken up by a receiver. You've kind of flooded the area a little bit, and nobody there, and he makes a nice shoo tap and catch on the sideline there. But I'll show you what happens if I motion him and I leave Hopkins there. And let's say I had Miller on a button hook here, and I'll do a zone again, just so people are going to be in their little areas. You're going to, well, that time the zone, because he played off. I'll keep it on man to give you a good idea of how that works. Okay, Miller's going to be on a button hook, and everybody's manned up. You're going to see how there's just, like a clusterfuck. That's actually just a bad throw, but you can see how there's people in the way. But if I do the little hut route there, it clears out the coverage. Another thing is to wait for them to get set, and I'll show you why for that in a second. I threw that way too soon. I should have waited for him to follow Hopkins, but whatever. One thing I'll show you here is if you don't wait for him to be set, this is what's going to happen. Watch number 11. I might hike. Like, what the hell is he doing, right? It messes up everything. You gotta wait for him to be set, because he'll just turn into a blocker. I know some people are like, oh, get that boost by saying hike before he's set, and it's like, that's not really how it works. You see, I even did it just a split second before he was set. And it messed everything up. So you gotta wait till he's set, or he turns into a blocker. Little things help out your offense here. I couldn't resist, that was wide open. But another thing, once setting things up, is to give the same look and disguise your play. So say that's your money play. You want to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to run the ball. I'm going to audible to a run, because I don't have anybody up in the box. They just got 5-on-5 here. And I'm going to make it look like I'm doing my play. So he might take a middle linebacker and help out with that coverage. So I'll do my run. I thought I could juke him out, but I was wrong. So I give the same look of that money play, but I'm actually not running it. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Like, oh, he might actually take that linebacker who's going to tackle me and take him out of the play. I just zigzagged. That's on all Madden too. That don't look right. But, another thing to keep in mind is after you motion somebody on a run play, let's say I want to now run to his side. I want to flip the run play by using the right stick. I'm hitting left on the right stick here. To run to the left, it won't move. So that's something to keep in mind. You got to make your shift before you actually motion anybody. As an example, he's used to me running that run play, so I'm going to flip it here and then motion. But once he's motioned, you can't flip it again. So he's used to me running to that side, and he might get ready for that, and then I go to the other way. You know, real simple things that can help out a lot. Against the computer where I'm running the same play, you're not going to see the drastic difference. But when you're playing against a user, and he sees that you're generally doing the same play, whenever you do like something as simple as, oh, this motion, every time he motions, he's doing this weird route. Well, if he sees that, he's going to get ready for it. And then you just do something to take advantage of that. Like, let's say you're running this play and you don't want to change it, but he's now going to use your cover with the middle linebacker to get out there. Well, if he takes that middle linebacker out of the way, he leaves the middle of the field wide open. Not that that's what happened there, but go to your number 2 option. You know, take advantage of the user trying to overcompensate for what you're doing. Another thing that I will end with is get used to when you see coverage from the corners on what routes beat that. Like you got bump and run here. You do have two safeties, but what I noticed when the corners are playing real tight like this is that deep outs work very well. And I'll show you here. And I got sacked before I could throw it. So I guess not that good, huh? But Hopkins probably would have made that. I decided to go to the number 2 guy, but not so good that time. He actually played that one well. But usually when they're playing up tight like that, you can get your guy pretty wide. And just get used to that. But like, I guess man, if it's a zone, they get open a little better, but man, certain routes just kill man, like slants, drags, and the route that Strong is doing, pretty effective, especially with a little lob. Beats the coverage every time. Certain routes beat zones, like a screen pass. Everybody drops back, you throw the screen. Little button hooks, or those slant hooks, where they slant and then do a button hook. Those are really good against zone. You just gotta learn which ones help out against zone, which ones do good against man. Another thing came up to me. I'm gonna audible to a cover 3. When you see cover 3 and you're like, this guy's doing a cover 3 because he's been doing it all game, you might want to send your slot guys on streaks, because the seams right there are going to be open on cover 3, as we'll see here. And I just got sacked before I could throw. I didn't know this was a blitz. Let me look at it again. Oh, it is. Let me change that. Let's put him into a flat, I guess. No, someone's covering there. Let's put him into, I don't know, hook zone. He might actually cover that seam a little better than normally, but this is something you want to do on a cover 3, because the guy will get open right in that little hole, except I guess I just couldn't make that throw over the linebacker. Let's try that again. But I'm going to shift protection to the right to help with that blitz. And hopefully I can show you how, as soon as he gets by him. Wow. You can see that you got a little hole there. They just got good coverage and I got a shitty quarterback. So it makes me look like an asshole, but trust me, these seam routes get open when you're playing users on a cover 3, and I didn't audible. That totally screwed things up for me. Alright, so I'm shifting coverage to that, protection to that side, because I know there's a blitz. So cover 3, and waited too long. I was looking left to right, which one's going to be the guy I'm going to throw to. But that's why I practice on all Madden against good teams like the Patriots, because then you get to know your guy's limits. Like, when should I throw it? Can I actually throw it in that hole? And that time was perfect. But if I'm sure you're going to use a quarterback like Brady or Rodgers when you're playing online, and you'll be able to make those kind of throws all the time. I just have a shitty quarterback. What did I do to the defense? Huh. I guess he felt like doing his own thing. I'll try that again. Oh, I shouldn't have lobbed that, but I needed to throw a little softer to get over that linebacker, see if I can make another beautiful throw. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. These are like more or less noob tips. I know there's a lot of players are better than me that look at this and be like, yeah, this is child play. But hey, I don't claim to be the best Madden player, an expert, or anything like that. I'm just trying to help out because I see a lot of videos online, people helping me out, and I figured I'll do the same thing. But anyway, thanks for watching and take care.